Hey everybody.
Hey guys.
Just out and about.
It's Dawn,
Kathy,
And Todd.
and guess where we are?
we're at Woods of Terror today.
In Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes,
But-
it's a little rainy, but
Yeah.
But this is a special edition because we're not here to do a maze.
Nope.
We're going to talk to Eddie McLaurin today and do an interview with him and find out about Woods of Terror, the history, whatever we can find out.
Yeah. We really don't know, honestly, what all we're going to get into today.
Yeah.
They've got the scare actor. They got
Yeah, they're training the scare actors.
Alan Hop, scare actor trainer out here today. I think he's from Texas, out
Yes,
of Texas.
out of
and,
Texas.
Got him here with some of the scare actors doing some training.
And they've got this afternoon, they're going to have some makeup artists.
Yep. So we really don't know what all we're going to get into.
Yeah, right.
But we're excited because we love Halloween.
We do. And we get to see some behind the scene things today.
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we've been excited about this for weeks.
Yes.
So be sure you come along with us.
Right. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So come on, guys.
Let's go see what we can get into.
All right, guys. So we are in here with Eddie, Bone Daddy, from Woods of Terror in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And we're excited.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We're going to hear some stuff from, we're going to talk to him about what made him start Woods of Terror, and we all love Woods of Terror. I've been coming here since I was, oh gosh, I don't know. How many years have you been doing this?
This will be my 28th year.
Okay, I've been coming here a long time. Because I remember when it was very small. So,
Right.
anyway. Okay, so this is Eddie.
Yeah.
All right.
So you just
Okay.
said you've been here doing this 28 years.
Yeah.
What made you start?
Well, I had to, right out of high school, I had some friends. I said, hey, I'm in a haunted house and come check us out. So me and another friend went out and saw it, and I said, that was pretty cool. And so about a couple of weeks later, I saw him, and he goes, well, I don't think I'm going to do it again. And I said, what happened? He said, well, I worked 2 weeks getting it ready, and we were open 2 weeks, and I made $40. You know, I thought, well, you know, what'd he make? And he said, we made $18,000. And I was like, well, that sounds good. 'Cause I was thinking, minimum wage was at $5.25 at that time, and after taxes, I'd clear about $14,500 working my job where I was at that time. So I said, well, that sounds good. Of course, you know, you think all that's made in 1 month. So I asked the guy that worked there, I said, will you work for me next year and I'll pay you $100. Doesn't matter what I make. So Brian Morton, Todd Knight, and Eddie McLaurin started Woods of Terror. And so I think I was charging $2. I did 184 people. I made about $3,000, and after I paid everything, I had $80 left. So I did pay Brian and Todd their $100, and they continued on with me for about 5 or 6 years. But it just went from there. And originally it was in Eversville Road for the first 2 years, and I moved it here in 1993, and then it's been here ever since. So it was 2 years in Oak Ridge.
Now the entrance here,
Yep.
the ticket booth used to be, I mean, how big was this when you first went? Because
Yeah,
it's
the
vague
first-
in my memory.
Yeah. So basically, what I was doing was I was using a vacant piece of property owned by Billy Price, which is my cousin, and you know, my ticket booth was, I think it was 3 pieces of 10 wide and 1 on top. That's all it was. And so I guess the first 6 or 7 years, their house wasn't there. It's the house in the far left.
Okay.
So they decided that they wanted to build on their property, and so I just kind of moved my stuff to the back. And I got to where I was setting up a ticket booth, concession stands, and I was doing games for the kids to play. And I was moving it out every year and putting it up every year. And So that's when I realized I'm going to have to do something. And I built my Midway, which is what we got here, where I could build it and leave it. And of course, I wanted to put it in the woods, kind of hide it. Plus, it was a better atmosphere.
Right.
So I want to say around 2001 or 2, I decided to build this Midway. And that's when we started building that. So I just kind of changed the way we look at the show.
Okay.
And once we started building the Midway, I think it's pushing 15, 16-year-old now. So it's just been a lot better system for me to switch it the way I did.
Right.
And this property, I did start purchasing it from my grandfather, and he passed away, which at that time it was deeded to me anyway.
Right.
So.
How many acres do you have here? As far as the...
Yeah, we've got it all in crazy and separate checks is the way we had to do it. So there's probably about 38 acres here, I guess.
Wow. Big place.
Yeah.
The maze is huge.
Yeah.
If you come here, it's not one of those that you pay to get in and you're done in 10 minutes. It's a good 40.
Yeah, it's probably, it depends on how fast they're running. If they're running shorter. But it's probably a good average of 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I really don't want it much longer because of my parking lot.
Yeah.
But in 50 minutes, it's a roller coaster ride, and it's a little bit of an issue for me to keep somebody's attention for 45 to 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And, but I think at the end of that time span, I've shown them about everything I can show them. And then, of course, actually when you're coming out, you're like, my God, how much longer is this thing? So it's
You walk for a long way.
So it's a trail
Yep.
with houses in between, or mazes
Yep. When I started out, I had just a trail, of course, and as the time went on, I would build what I called open air haunted houses. So I'd build a facade, and then you would go into the haunted house, and of course there was no ceiling or no roof on it.
Gotcha.
So of course all the furniture and the decorating I did in 2 to 3 years was either sun damaged or rain rotten. So I had to make for the future with the terror, I had to start putting roofs on things. So you got the vampire house has got a facade and it's totally roofed. The Texas house has got a facade and it's totally roofed. And now that's how I was able to get better eccentric detailing inside the houses because I didn't have to keep taking it up and down. Plus, it was better for the employees if it was raining. It was just better all the way around.
All the way around.
Yeah, and it used to be my goal to change at least 33% of the show every year. Some years I changed more, and some years I changed less. Of course, depending on the money and the weather, and how big the project we are working on.
Yeah. That was going to be one of my questions.
That's what I was gonna say,
the future. Yeah, well, I mean,
The future.
what you plan for the future.
Yeah, I'm planning now. It's crazy with so for 23 years I was getting temporary permits. I go down to the county and they give me a 22-day permit and open a haunted house. But now I have my year-round permit. So I had to do site plans and I had to reverse engineer every building I built. I had to put in a septic system, bathrooms, really an excessive amount of money for what I'm doing. The last 3 to 4 years, all my profits went into all the infrastructure that the county think that I needed to be a permanent.
Oh, wow.
And in some places they're doing zip lines and laser tag, and I'm just doing really one thing. Halloween. We have started Christmas since, but so now I know next year it's an insane asylum, new building, new attraction, brand new, ground up.
Okay.
And I'm actually preparing for that now. I know a lot of people don't realize it, but I had to prepare the property. I had to build a retaining wall. I had to put in dirt. I had to pack it so when I pour the concrete, it won't crack. Of course, there was 23 trees I had to remove. I had to grind the stumps, and so it's a big undertaking. And it's really hard sometimes to build an attraction in a year.
Yeah.
And even today, we're dealing with the rain. Puts you behind a week or two with the bobcat or the machinery you're using. So I've been planning the insane asylum for 2 years, and of course, I've already spent tons of money on the decorations that are going into that, because finding medical equipment, it ain't sitting around a corner. And a lot of people that have it now, they call it vintage and they want extreme a lot of money for it. So this year I'm still working on my new attraction, and next year I'll probably be putting 2 new attractions. And I don't know what the future holds. I am out of space.
So you heard it here.
Yeah.
2 new attractions next year.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to build up, and quality's going to get but I probably won't lengthen the show much, just because of time management, people's attention span, parking problems.
Yeah.
Right.
But possibly in the next 1 to 2 years, a major upgrade in the graveyard, New Orleans style cemeteries, mausoleums that you would walk through, and then scares would come out of them. and a more, it's going to be tighter, closer, darker.
But you are already the biggest and the longest.
Well, I think so. There's a lot of opinions out there.
in North
but,
Carolina.
you know, I made a joke about it last year because there's always, you know, and I have to give the younger guys some credit. They want to say they're the biggest and the best, but I took a wheel and I made a video.
I actually watched that
And I
just a
measured
little while
it,
ago.
you know,
where
and-
you were
And I didn't give out the number because if I give out the number, they'll say their number's bigger. But, you know, and I said, you know, just come out and see my show. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of guys say the biggest and the best, and I'm just like, come see my actors, and I don't have to tell you that.
Yeah.
You're going to know I'm the best. And, you know, and I'm competitive. I come from high school in sports, and I'm going to be competitive, you know, but at the same time, you know, I invite everybody to go to all the haunted houses they can.
Yeah.
Check it out, support the industry, and then come check us out, and you'll see the difference.
Yeah. We go to a lot of theme park haunts,
Yeah.
you know. So it's a different feel, you
Yeah.
know, the local haunt compared to
I've
theme
been
parks.
down
But you
to-
do a great
I've
job.
tried to work in Orlando once or twice, but just the conga line is the problem.
Yeah.
You know, and even here on Saturday nights, we're close to a conga line. And it's funny, I mean, you can break down running a haunted house into time management. How
Yeah.
many groups, and then you got to, you know, I start them all 45 seconds apart, and 3 attractions deep, there's a group of 50. So
Yeah.
we stop them at the 3D house, give them 3D glasses, break them back down into their groups, their original groups, and try to, because it's no fun when 50 people's in the same room with you.
But you do a good job. I was trying to explain, you know, when we were walking around the Midway just a minute ago when we were doing some video and how you get through the crowd control.
Yeah.
I love how you don't have to stand in line the whole time.
Yeah.
You've got that system where you've got the little card you get and you call groups at a time.
I didn't go to Disney until I was probably about 30, but what I seen down there was Disney or any theme parks was, man, they sure managed a crowd right.
Right.
So, you know, you might wait an hour here on Saturday night, but it's 15 minutes to get wanded. I try to do safety here. 15 minutes to get your tickets, and 15 minutes you line up in the crowd, and then
Right.
you're in the show. So I chop it up, and I think that we're keeping you entertained during the whole thing.
It
So-
doesn't seem like you have that
So,
hour wait.
You know, people will probably say, well, I waited about 20 minutes. You probably waited 40. But it was just so chopped up, and we've been working on that for years. Probably 12 to 13 years now, maybe 15. And started off with poker cards, and then, of course, people got smart and would bring a deck of cards with them and pull out the card.
Try to get their work their way.
So, and now we do a system where we call out names and we line them up like that. And I know that 2 haunted houses in the state have just straight copied it, and I know they're doing it.
Yeah.
But it works because you don't want 1,000 people standing in line, bored, not spending money, and this way they can go to the bathroom, go to the gift shop,
Yep.
check out and get maybe some donuts, get something to drink, and then once your number is called or your name is called, it's probably 10 minutes you're in the
Probably
show.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like very quick. So keep the ball rolling and keep the weight down, and even if they wait a while, it seems like they waited a few minutes.
When do you start prepping for the season? I mean, I know
Well,
you probably all year continuously
it's
just buy
like
supplies or
for the insane asylum next year. I've been working on the insane asylum for 2020. I've been working on it 3 or 4 months this year,
Already
trying to
working,
prep the
yeah.
property, remove the trees. So it depends on what we're doing and how we're doing. Probably 10 to 15% of what I've already done for 2020, maybe a little bit more. For January, February, March, we're putting up Christmas lights and
Yeah.
cleaning the property. And we have an Easter egg hunt every year.
Yeah.
And
I've seen.
I really lose money on that, but it's just something for the kids in the community to come out. And it gives me a date to have the property cleaned and prepped.
Yeah.
And it gives me something to shoot for. I know the Easter egg has come. We got to have all the leaves raked, grass cut, clean the property. And as soon as Easter's over, we go in and start building.
Yeah.
And start building
Okay.
the new stuff because it's warmer and it's a little drier.
Yeah.
January, February, March, a little wet.
Yeah.
So
when do you start hiring your scare actors?
we usually send it out as early as June 1st or July 1st. That's a struggle because, you know, I think about Halloween constantly and they don't. So call me in. I got one last week that says, hey, when do y'all start training? And for the makeup. So we had auditions on Sunday for our makeup team, and we had our makeup team intact. And this lady called me on Sunday. That was Saturday we did the auditions. On Sunday she called me and said, when do y'all start? We're done. We already know. I had a guy on the radio call me and said, hey, we want to talk about radio advertising. I wrapped that up July the 1st.
You're right.
So it's further ahead for me, and I think if people had the business, they would realize.
You got
But,
a plan. Yeah, and you got to be prepared.
So I would think I'm already 25% deep on 2020
Yeah.
and what I'm preparing for. And then it just goes into a cycle, just like run. It's almost like running a farm.
Yeah.
You got things you got to do when the weather's right, and you got to prep the ground or do whatever you're getting ready. So,
How many scare actors do you employ? Do you call them scare actors?
I call them actors, and
Actors.
we try to always have 100.
Okay.
Some people are going to claim they got this and they got 150, and go to the haunted houses and count them.
Yeah.
Don't hardly nobody have 100, but. I think last year we did one night, we did 99, and I mean, I'll tell you, I give my actor coordinator bonuses not to drop below 100, and we had as many as 126 in one night. So,
Okay.
but I think the year before we dropped to 99 one night. We try to keep 100 actors, and that's getting tougher, but I think that's, with the size of my woods, you know, and you'll hear comments like, man, there was a lot of good spots for actors to be that were empty. Well, if I had an actor in every spot, it wouldn't be suspenseful.
Right. Because you're sitting there waiting on
Yes.
when's the next
Part
day.
of this-
So, and in a room where there's 5 spots to hide, we might have 2 actors, and there's no way we would do every hiding spot. And of course,
And they just switch.
once the actors get good enough, they can use any of the 5 spots they want to. And in the beginning, we won't give them a lot of leeway. This is what we want you to do. This is how we want you to do it. But once they get some, I mean, after 4 nights of being open, they've got 5,000 people under their belt, and they learn quick. And it's repetitive. If they got that one wrong, here's a group to get it right.
Yeah.
And then once we give them a little more leeway, and they can act anywhere in that scene that they think they can scare from.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What do you have as far for small children? If we have some people who want to bring, but they have small children.
Well, you know, Woods of Terror, I tell them, Woods of Terror is not for small kids.
Right.
13, we usually try to say 13 and up. It depends on some parents. So some parents let their kid, your 8-year-old male, watch every horror movie there is. That kid will be all right. But an 8-year-old female that their mom and daddy protects them, probably like they should be protected, is not going to survive out here. If they watch movies and they have heart nightmares, they're going to have nightmares from here. So that's they bring them sometimes, and we're like, you don't want to do this, because your daughter or son will hate Halloween for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So what I have done is this will be our 2nd year for our pumpkin patch. And here's the dates and the times. And we will make reservations for different days. If you have preschools or field trips you want to do, you can call ahead, and we'll reserve your time. But this is just open on Saturdays and Sundays. And down here is our Christmas event that we go from scary to merry. A lot of people are like, oh, you do a Krampus Christmas, and I'm like, no.
Not Krampus.
Not Krampus.
Yeah, and a lot of
Hey, that would be kind of cool, though.
a lot of my buddies in New York and places, they do Krampus Christmas. But we're doing a Merry Christmas. I say Merry Jesus Christmas.
Exactly.
And we get a lot more days out of it, and it's exciting to see the difference between my adults and the kids. The kids have a great time. And so for Christmas, we have Santa Claus every night. They write letters to Santa. They make ornaments to take home. They get pictures with Santa. The pictures with Santa, you can take them on your iPhone for free. Or we sell professional taking pictures. And either way, marshmallows, donuts, apple cider, hot chocolate. It's a great event. And part of it is making the memories that you get with your kids.
Right.
So this year is our first year for our farm tours. And we have it September 15th through November the 1st. This is going to be reservation only. Call in and book your times at McLaurinFarms.com. And we're having the pumpkin patch, the petting zoo. We got a big playground with one of the huge slides. And we're having arrowhead archaeological dig down in the bottom. We're having it where the kids can dig up arrowheads, and they'll be able to take those home with them and keep them. And of course, we have a covered area where the kids can take lunch. And the phone number's on here. And you can call and reserve times. And the one last thing we have, and we're having what we call a tiny taste of terror. So that is a trunk or treat system that they'll come out. That is October the 15th. October the 15th on Tuesday, Tiny Taste of Terror. They come out. We have all the events they can do, and we try to get sponsorships to come out. And, and they sponsor a table, and it's just like doing a trunk or treat. We just do it right off the table. They can promote their business. They give out candies. So if y'all wanted to come out and do Out and About has a table, and we just come out and give candies. And the first hour of that is for wheelchair kids that can't get around good.
Okay.
So, and then we let the rest of the people in, because there's a lot of kids that can't get around, like they, in wheelchairs and muscular dystrophy. So we had that first hours for them, and then the rest of the nights for all the other kids.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And that's October
15th.
15th.
Yeah.
Okay.
if I can't come, I'll send Tyler to set up a table for a trunk or treat.
And right off the top of my head, I think it's $5 a kid.
Okay.
The parents don't pay, so if
Yeah.
you have 2 kids, it's $10, and they get all the candy. And I know that Wake Forest Baptist is working with us, Children's Hospital. They're going to be, hopefully they're going to get us bags, and the kids can have bags and then collect candy. And depending on the people who are here, we've had Richard Petty Enterprises before, and they give out Monster Energy drinks. And we have a costume contest, and we give away prizes. And then we try to dress up some characters. It's a little funny there. Last year, everybody begged me to get out the snake, so I went and got the snake out. But I figured I wouldn't get it out, but a lot of people wanted to see it. And
We love the snake.
so we try to have a couple characters out that can interact with the people and not quite as scary.
Yeah.
And then some of the kids love it, and like I said, some kids are like, "Hey, what is that?"
Yeah.
But some kids are scared of Santa Claus too. So
That's true.
So,
That's true.
So when does Woods of Terror open?
we open September 20th. I think that's the third Friday in September. We're open Friday and Saturday, and the last Friday and Saturday in September. In October, we're open every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. And the last 2 nights in November, so Halloween night is the 31st, of course. And the 1st and the 2nd, we have something called Terror in the Darkness.
Yep.
So we turn out all the lights except for the 3D house, and it's probably 90% darker. And we call it Terror in the Darkness. So the last 2 nights is Terror in the Darkness, and you get a different feel. So if you want to see how good the detail is and appreciate the quality of the haunt, you need to come earlier.
Yeah.
Because on those nights it'll be dark.
Right.
We
And,
actually came for that. Tyler and I did one.
Yeah.
And he actually, I was saying a while ago, telling them you usually had stuff going on the Midway and
Yeah.
giving trivia questions.
Yep.
And he won tickets one year for the
Yeah.
Terror in the Dark.
We
so.
do that every night when the DJ talks. Every time we call a number to line up another 100 people, we
Yeah.
give away Terror in the Darkness tickets, trying to promote Terror in the Darkness. A lot of people still don't know what it is.
Right.
And if you want glow sticks, you can get them. I think we sell them for $1, and or you can go through with nothing. And if some people want to go through in the pitch dark, and we might have a group of 10 with glow sticks, and the next group don't want them. So we just separate them and let them go without.
Can we wear the boo necklace?
And the blue necklace.
No, I don't have a boo necklace. I do not own a boo necklace.
He does.
He does.
I'm the one with the boo necklace. I knew you would give that away.
What's the cost to get in?
The cost varies. We have something what I call dynamic pricing. So if you come on a Thursday night, it might be $20. Friday night it might be $25. I have to check the calendar. And then my Saturdays are $32, and that's because of supply and demand.
Right.
Exactly.
Saturday nights, we love you to come any night, but you probably should avoid Saturday nights. Long waits. Friday nights are off a little bit because of Friday night football. And
That's my nights to go to it.
good.
Yeah.
So come out and check us out on Friday nights.
Right.
And what I try to do is, I hear people say, I can't afford to go to Woods of Terror, and I don't ever want to hear that. So I have made it on certain nights. It's $20. You can't afford to come. And but on the other nights when we're so busy, I charge a little more. And just letting know everybody at the parking's $5 cash. And of course we have gift shops and all this other stuff. You can have fun and buy souvenirs or swag. So
Okay.
and we have general admission, fast pass, and all access. All access is $55 this year. It's not discounted any nights. You're going to get a rubber bracelet for Woods of Terror. You're going to get a lanyard, and you'll get a lanyard piece with Bone Daddy's head on it. And there's a couple little things. I think we're going to have axe throwing this year. So we get to do axe throwing for free. And there's a couple, you get to go in the elevator for free. And then anytime you want to get in line, you go right to the front. You even go past the fast pass people. So that's a big ticket. We sell roughly 3,000 of those a year. And of course the lanyard and all that stuff, you get to keep all that.
Okay.
And then the lanyard on the back has a buy one get one free for Terror in the Darkness.
Okay.
And it also has, I think it's $5 off any t-shirt in the ticket booth. So the people that want to spend that money, we're trying to give them as much as we can give them for that value.
Right.
That sounds
nice.
awesome right there.
Yeah.
Especially if you're coming from far away
far
and
away,
you're not going to
yeah.
be visiting that much.
This will be the 4th year I did all access, and now I'm doing these real nice plastic cutouts. Last year it was just the head of Bone Daddy on this side. This year it's a straight piece, a different look for Bone Daddy, and so we're just trying to create something they can keep and remember coming to Woods of Terror by.
Right. Right. That's cool.
Do you want to tell real quick about your video
Yeah.
offer?
Well, we got Bone
Okay.
Daddy bobbleheads this year, and we're having a contest. So if you come to Woods of Terror and you buy a Bone Daddy bobblehead, we're going to do the 3 places, first, second, and third place for the best picture with the Bone Daddy, wherever he may be. So if you're going to like Mount Rushmore, we'll picture a Bone Daddy at Mount Rushmore. And we're also doing first and second place and third place for the best video. So make a video with Bone Daddy, and we will make the announcement on Halloween night. And the first place prize is $250, second is $100, and third is $50. And we're doing that twice. Best video, best picture. And submit those to Bone Daddy or Woods of Terror, and we're going to have I think what we're going to do is whatever picture gets the most likes.
I was reading that a while ago when we were at lunch. So be sure and follow Bone Daddy
So it's like we're not
on
picking
Facebook.
it, and we're not being biased and to say, well, you know them. It's straightly off of who got the most likes and the most views. So the video will be the most views, and then the picture will be the most likes.
Okay. And that's okay to submit. Do you just submit it on Facebook, or you can do it on YouTube, and then
I would do
share
it to Facebook, and then and
then I can this link can be shared too. So
Facebook. Of course you can get if you want to order Bone Daddies, you can email me at woodsofterror.com and I'll mail it out to you, or you can pick it up in person here and start turning in your pictures.
Yay!
And you can also, if you want to ahead of time, you can buy your tickets online, right?
Yeah,
I think I saw that.
woodsofterror.com.
And I'll try to.
I think they've been on sale since August 1st, and I think there's a little bit of a discount for them. And basically, there's not a huge discount for online tickets, but when you get here, you get in the online tickets, you report to the ticket booth, and you get to bypass that really, really long line out there.
To buy tickets.
So there is a service fee that is set by the ticket seller, not me. But once you get that ticket, you get to bypass that big long line outside, and then we'll give you a paper ticket, which gets you into the show.
Right.
So it is probably time-wise, it's better to get them online.
Well, that all sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
So we greatly appreciate you
All right. Well,
doing
thanks
a
for
little
coming out.
interview with us.
So check us out, woodsofterror.com. Log on and buy some tickets.
Okay, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that talk with Eddie.
Super nice guy.
Yep. Great information he gave us.
Yes. And be sure, though, to stay tuned because there is more coming.
Yes. So stay tuned for the next video in this little series of ours on Woods of Terror in Greensboro, North Carolina.